What's up, Epic 7? It's here, it's Wednesday, it's hump day. We finally have our content update for Epic 7, and I'm excited. So let's jump right in and see what Epic 7 is bringing for us. So we've got our little 1 minute summary, right? Maybe this time's a little bit more than 1 minute. Let's go ahead and fire this up and see what's new in Epic 7 on the video, and then we'll dive into these patch notes.
Enormous strength, be smashed into pieces.
Okay, we got Hazamaray's Fire Ravi skin from the E7 World Cup. Rainbow Rush Ravi, not the name I expected, but man, she looks so good, so good. Guild War revamp is finally here. It'll be starting this Monday. Those of you on the East Coast of the USA, remember, it's 11 p.m. Eastern Time. What are these? PvP emblem changes. So we're changing the way our emblems look. After 6 years, these are getting a bit of a facelift. So, yeah, we'll talk about that more in a bit. It is time for Brawl mode, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. As soon as we're back from maintenance, we're diving into Brawl mode. And it's got a special shop with Sky Stones. Okay, we'll talk more about that. Veronica and Infinite Horizon Hades, both usable characters getting EEs, and it's finally back! Miracle Maid Kingdom. Your chance to get your Laya and your Sweet Miracle. And we got a useless unit, and a free unit on banner. Skip all those. And yes, the limited unit Laya and her Giga Good artifact Sweet Miracle. Successor Taeyou's Mystic rotation will start right after maintenance, and you can pull Angel Light Angelica as well. Not bad. Okay, I know we breezed through that pretty quickly, but let's go through it a bit at a time. We're going to start with Brawl mode. This is the content that I'm the most excited about. But before we get started, are you starved for content? Yeah, I am. Do you want non-stop content that comes at you faster than a death metal guitar? Oh, you know I do. Then you need to try Raid Shadow Legends. Excuse me, what? You heard me, Raid Shadow Legends. And through the month of March, Raid is running some of the best events ever. The Alice push is still going on, so you still have time to get the most truly metal and goth Alice the Wanderer, who's got her hooks deep into my black heart. But not only that, it's Raid's 6th anniversary, and this anniversary month to celebrate, there are over 17 events going on across just 14 days, with more to come. And here's the best part. You can join the over 80 million players of Raid with a significant advantage at the start. By using the download link or scanning that QR code, you can begin Raid with the legendary hero Elenerol and the epic hero Rector Drath. Elenerol has the poisons and HP burn debuffs that you're going to need to clear some of the hardest boss content, and Rector Drath is the strongest epic healer in the game. Look guys, she's basically Ruel of Light and Angelica rolled into one unit, if Angelica could also stealth your team. And as for the month of March, you can enter the promo code Supreme6 and get Supreme Gallic onto your account, not to mention Alice the Wanderer for hecking free after playing for 7 days. That is 3 top legendary units and 1 epic unit for free your very first week. Now, I know a lot of you are thinking, Wolf, really? Raid Shadow Legends? Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, I get it. It's a meme, right? People hate this game just because it's cool to hate it, without ever even trying it. I didn't think I would like it, but here I am having a fantastic time with an amazing community. Put it out of your mind. Put out of your mind what you've been told to think, and give it an honest shot. Check out my dedicated YouTube channel, link in the description, for some great starting guides and promo codes to get you even more loot at the beginning. Look. You guys know I don't ever promote products that I don't use and like. So jump in and start playing this amazing game with me. We'll have a brutal time. But now let's get back to Brawl mode. First, this was introduced in the special side story, Night of the Last Succession. Brawl mode has returned with a fresh new look as regular content. Regular repeatable content. It's not going to be just here for a couple of weeks and then gone for like 6 months, like Ancient Inheritance or Advent. This is going to be regular farmable content, so that is a great thing, because those of you who played in the Galililius side story event, Night of the Last Succession, are probably familiar with Brawl mode. Those that aren't familiar with it, real quick, I'll summarize it for you as succinctly as I can. Think of a watered-down version of TFT, but with Epic 7 units. Now you got a pretty good handle on what Brawl mode is, right? It is a tower defense game mode. I had a lot of fun with it. It's not for everybody, but I enjoyed it. It was something very different from your mainline E7, so I'm glad it's back. So it's a round-based automatic battler for PvE content. You can deploy heroes, defeat your enemy. You'll be able to summon new heroes within the Brawl mode to drop them. You'll use Brawl mode coins to summon heroes. There's element affiliations. There is unit synergy, the way warriors interact with warriors, the way affiliations like certain units are from Azera and certain units are from Policia, and they have synergy with each other. Certain units are thieves, and the thieves have synergy with each other. The more you have of a certain synergy, the more bonuses you get in the fight. So it really adds layers upon layers of strategy in placing the units on the board, arranging them, getting your units organized on the map so that you can have like a perfect pincer move or a boar snout offense or an echelon or try to outflank your enemies, and then you press go and watch them go completely the wrong direction, and you throw your phone across the room because the AI did not listen to you at all. But eventually you get it down, and it's a lot of fun, guys. I'm looking forward to this a lot. Let's see what we have. So the season starts on the 13th, right after maintenance, and it only goes until the 4th. So it's a 3-week-long season. It's a very, very short season. So they're going to cycle through these pretty quickly, and that's nice. That'll keep it fresh, especially if they change things each season. It's not going to be a long, monotonous grind like Arena or RTA, for example. It's going to be more like the Auto Tower or Ancient Inheritance, where it's a short period before it's swapped out. It'll have its own tab under special events. It's open to all heirs without any condition. That's nice. So like even the person who started day one can jump in and participate in Brawl mode. Energy cost. After using your free challenges, it will cost energy. Oh. Okay. I am not thrilled about this costing energy. I was really hoping for farmable, repeatable content that we could jump in and enjoy anytime we want, right? Like you're laying in bed, you're trying to decompress, you want to do a little bit of Epic 7, you want to enjoy yourself, so you can whip out and play a little Brawl mode right before bed. It's not exactly the easiest thing when you're trying to relax to play like RTA while you're trying to go to sleep or regular Arena. So I was kind of looking forward to having repeatable, grindable content that didn't cost stamina. They're going to have to convince me that Brawl mode is worth farming with my stamina over things that progress my account, right? Is this going to be better for me than doing Rift, than doing hunts? Let's see. Let's look further. So, participating in Brawl mode grants you XP and increases your Brawl rank. As your Brawl rank increases, you can obtain relic pieces to enhance and unlock Moonlight heroes summonable in Brawl battles. Mind you, this is not summonable for use in-game. This is summonable for use in Brawl mode. You can also purchase the Season Brawl rank using Sky Stones. Okay, if you want to dump more Sky Stones to kind of cheat the system, you can. You can increase your rank by just dumping Sky Stones into it. There's going to be a normal difficulty and a challenge difficulty, which will unlock after victory. So you're going to have to play all the way through normal and then decide whether or not you want to go to challenge difficulty or stick with normal. You cannot change the difficulty while Brawl's in progress. Okay, so you can't like do normal all the way up to the last floor and then switch it to hard mode and get the credit for hard mode. Once you start it, you're in it. So there will be relics. Relics will grant special hero buffs, and you can earn relics through play. So, relics are these things, right? And they are, you can increase attack, health, defense, ways to increase all heroes of elements or factions. That's nice. Yes, we know it's divided into normal and challenge. You can earn various rewards by completing Brawl. So, yuck. Okay, to be fair, this just says normal mode. We don't know what's behind challenge mode yet. Challenge mode better blow my socks off, because this is not worth dumping your stamina into to get this done, and then stop doing Rift, right? And the challenge mode, there better be like unlimited tabs, right? Otherwise people will just do this to clear the board and then they won't touch it at all, and that would be sad, right? We wanted this to be repeatable, farmable content, not like you just go in and do the Abyss once and you're done. Or more to the point, you go through Auto Tower and you do it and then you're done. You can go back and play more Auto Tower, but there's no additional rewards, so why waste stamina doing it? Stamina that can be run into hunts, stamina that can be run to rifts, stamina that can be run to unrecorded history, all these things that actually help advance your account forward. If there's not something in Brawl mode that advances your account forward, then this shit's dead on arrival, right? You're going to do it for the first time through rewards, just like Auto Tower. You'll get it done in the first 1 or 2 days, and then it will sit untouched until it resets in 3 weeks, and that would be sad. I really want this to be repeatable, spammable content, something to do. I was hoping it would be something you could do when you were out of stamina, something you could do instead of RTA. When you've used up your staminas, you've used up your arena flags, you got nothing else to do, and you're just not that into RTA, you could do this instead. But it looks like they are making it more like the Auto Tower, where it's a one and done, get your rewards, don't touch it until the season restarts, and that's very disappointing for such a cool, fun system. How to play Brawl. I'm not going to go over this. I will do a separate video on how to play Brawl, how to achieve in it. This is what it looks like. You place your units on the field in whatever esoteric order you want on your half of the field. You press go, and they will automatically move based on the placements of the enemy. And you want to try to make sure you do it. Like, you want to send people around back to kill the archer that's up here. So you got to send some people down here to draw the front line down to clear a path so your guy up top will aggro straight back on the archers and not just run down into the masses as well. So there's some strategy on placement, on whether or not you have ranged units versus bruiser units, your front line, you're making sure you place your soul weavers well, and after you got everything set up, you hit go and you watch the fight. You can use Brawl coins to increase your level up to 9. Number of heroes deployed as you level up rises. All this is pretty standard and straightforward. It talks about the how to summon the heroes with the coins, the synergies and affiliations you have in the classes. I touched on that earlier. Much like Rift, if you lose 3 times, the whole damn thing resets and you've lost all your stamina, but you're allowed to lose up to 3 times and restart on your current level. There'll probably be 20, 25. Yeah, there's 25 levels to complete a round. So in clearing all 25 of the levels, you basically have 2 screw-ups. On your 3rd screw-up, you go back to level 1, back to round 1. Special shop. Okay, here we go. A special shop will be available, offering discounted hero summon tickets and skins for heroes featured in the Brawl season. Special shop will also be available during the Brawl period. There will be a limited number of times players can purchase each item. Okay, I hate this. This is bad. I like that the skin ticket's in here, right? I'm cool with the skin tickets being Sky Stones, because let's be real. To buy an ML5 skin, right? An ML5 skin, to buy that skin from the skin shop costs 110 tickets, and buying 110 tickets costs $50, and $50 is roughly the equivalent of 1,800 Sky Stones. So it is cheaper than buying Sky Stones to buy the skin tickets to buy the ML5 skin. You can just come straight in here, drop your Sky Stones, and get it without having to use that step. And it is a slightly lower discount, so that's reasonable. This is nice. This gives people an additional way to chase skins that aren't just skin tickets, that don't have to just be bought with cash. You can earn your Sky Stones, save them up, get your skin tickets, and have a grindable, free-to-play way to get RTA skins. Because let's be real, this game's 7 years old. A lot of RTA seasons have gone by. If you're just starting, it's going to be hard for you to get all those skins without paying an inordinate amount of money. So it's nice that they're giving a farmable way to get the skins. Well, not so much farmable. You can farm the Sky Stones, like doing arena and stuff. This is about, for a newer player, this is about a month worth of arena Sky Stones. A little bit less, maybe, than a month worth of arena Sky Stones, and you can buy your skins. So that's pretty good. You know, one skin a month for newer players who just grind arena for the Sky Stone rewards. I'm about it. But this is a lot. A 5-star summon ticket. So a guaranteed 5-star summon ticket. Is it limited? Is it okay? It's specific, right? That ticket can only be one of these 6 units. Oh, and look, there's some limited units in there too. There's Holiday Euphine, there's Summertime Assaria, but still, it's only a 16% chance to get the targeted unit you want. You may be going for Summertime Assaria and you wind up with a command model Leica. Wouldn't that be great? For 2,300 Sky Stones. Vote with your feet, my friends. Don't buy this. This is terrible. Especially a 4-star RGB summon ticket. Holy crap, what are the 4 stars? Can you imagine? Can you imagine getting Maya or Rose from your 4-star ticket, and you spent, what's that, 800 Sky Stones. You spend almost an entire 2 weeks worth of Arena Sky Stones, 1 to 2 weeks of Arena Sky Stones to get a frickin' Maya. This should be with currency. These should be with. If these were with currency, it would give us a reason to grind and pursue Brawl mode. But making them Sky Stones just feels like another scummy way to deplete us of Sky Stones. I don't like it. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about this. I'm definitely going to let Smilegate know how I feel about this. I think these should be currency, not Sky Stones, and that nobody should buy these. Ethically or account-wise, this is not worth it at all. Brawl mode 6. Guys, I'm sorry, I take it all back. 2,300 Sky Stones was a deal because it was discounted down from 11,600 Sky Stones. That's more than a pity refreshing the shop where you could select any 5-star hero off a banner you want with pity and probably get stuff on the way, but no. 11,000 Sky Stones is what they value this at, but they are discounting it down to 2,300. What a steaming pile of crap that is. Oh my god, and this is discounted down from 4,000. Nah, I'm sorry guys. What you can make up whatever number you want to make up and put in this before discount tab. It does not make this a good deal or this a good system. This should die in a fire, guys. This system, I would rather see this thrown out and not offered than offered at this rate, because this is going to scam newer players out of their Sky Stones, and that's regrettable. It looks like the skins this round, the skins are going to be based on the units that are available in Brawl mode. So right out of the gate, we know the ML5s in the first season of Brawl mode are going to be Last Rider, Crow, and Bellion. And whoever is the ML5s in the next one, those are the skins that'll be in there as well. It does kind of limit them on the ML5s only being ML5s that have gotten skins, right? I mean, we're not ever going to see, like, say, Silverblade Aramentha in Brawl because she doesn't have a skin yet. Those of you who missed out on Lionheart Sirmia, though, maybe she'll pop into the shop here someday soon. Okay, I am very disappointed with Brawl mode. I wanted it to be farmable, repeatable content, something to do on the side, more relaxing content to keep us in the game, engaged with the game, keep us talking, and they seem to have made it into a way to scam new players out of Sky Stones, and for the rest of us, just a get it done in 2 days and then don't touch it again for the rest of the 3 weeks kind of mode, and that's not okay. What do we got here? Guild War revamp. So this is probably just a review of everything we already know that's coming with the Guild War revamp, so I'm just going to breeze over a handful of things that I've seen in this that are different, right? Mind you that the Guild War times are all going to be stabilized to 3 a.m. UTC. Now figure out what that is for your time zone. Here in the USA, where we've done the ridiculous life-stealing angle of daylight savings time, that is going to put the first Guild War starting Sunday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Central. So if those are your time zones, that's when it starts. So Sunday until Monday night, and then we're going to have Tuesday until Wednesday night, and then we're going to have Thursday until Friday night. So the benefits are you will never have Guild Wars happening during maintenance. When the game is down, there's never Guild Wars going on. So that's nice. You never have Guild War time robbed by maintenance or having to worry about, will maintenance get extended? Will I not be able to get my fights in? You'll always be able to do your Guild Wars not during maintenance. And for at least those of us here in the US, Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific is when the last Guild War of the week ends, freeing up your weekend. So you don't have your Guild Wars, going so late into Friday and into the wee hours of Saturday morning. That's kind of nice too. So pound for pound, I like it, but get ready for people to be like, it's Sunday, it's late, I'm just gonna go to bed, I'll do Guild Wars tomorrow. Then they go to work, they go to school, they come home, they grab dinner, they watch their favorite anime, and then they go, oh shit, it's Guild Wars day, and they look at the clock and go, well, I guess I missed it. So be ready for that. So be vigilant. It's still a 24-hour window, right? Nobody is going to have Guild Wars be ruined for them. It's just, whatever time you normally did Guild Wars, you can still normally do Guild Wars at that time. The only difference is if you're a scouter and suddenly Guild Wars is at 2 in the morning for you, maybe you just lost your job. So, and for those of you who weren't scouters, if you're awake when Guild Wars starts, maybe your guild leaders need to talk to you about being a scouter if you engage in things like scouting the enemy. So beware of the time shift changes. There are 3 fortresses in total, and you've got to drop the left and the right fortress before you can attack the central. Each fortress consists of a central stronghold and 2 defensive towers, and then there are 10 satellite towers in there. This caused some confusion at first, because if you add that up, that's like 39 players, and there's only 30 people in the guild. But they did clarify it here that although each tower has 10 positions, you can only fill 7. So you can assign up to 7 defending members in the satellites, right? So that's 7, 7, 7 is 21, and then 2, 2, 2, and 1, 1, 1. That gets you up to 30 total members. So no, they aren't extending the guild to 39 players. You can just only assign defending members up to 7 satellites. Now, at least 2 of the defense powers in each fortress must... I wonder if this is a bad wording. I wonder if it means you could do things like, say, you could put 10 and 10, and then just put 1 person in the satellite in the middle. Maybe do a defend the king kind of a strategy where you make it really hard to chew through the... Well, I guess you're still just going into the strongholds. It doesn't really matter. You don't need to kill satellites to get at the defense towers. I guess that really doesn't matter. But anyway, that should answer the question. No, we're not going to 39 member guilds. Let's see. At least 2 of the defending towers from each fortress must be destroyed before you can attack the stronghold. And then once 2 strongholds are down, you can go for the center one. Great. Here's the ranking. Top 32. And the reason they're doing top 32, guys, is because they promised us tournaments. And for anybody who's ever run a tournament before, 32 is a perfect tournament. With 32 people, there are no bye fights. You go 32, 16, 8, 4 finals. It makes it much easier to math. If you did 30, you'd have to do bye fights. So that's why we're sticking it up to 32, is to allow the legend rank to progress into a tournament system that they've promised for Guild Wars. So top 32 is legend, and then 33 through 100 is considered emperor. Yikes. I want you guys to realize that last season, there were 150 guilds who ranked top 30. 150, right? Top 30 across 5 servers. 30 in each of the 5 servers, and now we're all fighting together. So that means of those top 30 guilds, 120 of those 150 guilds are going to be disappointed. It's statistically impossible for 120 of those guilds to even touch legend. In fact, that's 120 guilds that will probably populate Emperor. So kind of be aware that the legend is going to be the cream of the crop from all the servers, right? The top of the top guilds from each server. Maybe if all servers were equal, that's like, 6 guilds from each server that are going to be the top 30, like the top 6 from each guild server. And then the top 100, or the top 100, that's like all the other top 30 guilds that didn't make it, that didn't make the cut, that just kind of got bumped down. And that leaves us with the top 100 to the top 10%. Remember, the top 10% is going to be even harder now because there are 5 times as many guilds vying for those top positions. It's going to make champion and even challenger at the top 5% kind of hotly contested. So I'll be interested to see how hard it is to get to challenger, because at below challenger, you start to lose your multiplier. The 5x multiplier is just for challenger and above. Being better than 40% of the guilds, if you're active, that shouldn't be a problem. Remember, a lot of the guilds out there are inactive or semi-active at best, and those will be the guys down here in the 60 to 80 range at the 1, 2, and maybe even some of those in the 3x range. I think the bulk of the guilds should be able to get to 4x pretty easily. I kind of wish Masters was 5x, right? Masters and RTA is where you get the frame. This should be 5x as well, just no armbands, right? You get the bonus armband reward here, but here you get 5x, here you get 4x, here you get 3x, and then just make this like, 99 or 95, and let just be the people who've, never win a guild war. They'll just permanently be at 1x. That's just my opinion, but this is where we're at. It'll be very interesting to see how the rankings stack up, and if they're going to need to tweak this to be a little bit more fair to us. Here's the emblem changes. Again, I am not so sure how I feel about this. I'm going to miss the crab shape for Emperor. The legend looks like, I don't know, it reminds me of Last Rider Krau's skin a bit, you know? I like the Emperor one. Of course, red, black, and gold, favorite color combination. Is it weird that I like the Champion one more than any of the others? Let me know what you guys think about this emblem change. You know, we've had the other emblems for years. I think maybe some pushback on it might be that they are, we're just so used to it. We've been looking at the same emblems, pushing for and striving for the same emblems for years. To suddenly have them arbitrarily changed in a very, who asked kind of way, right? I mean, this isn't a penguin slider. This isn't gear loadouts. This isn't a way to see all the items in the secret shop without scrolling. This doesn't really feel like something the community asked for, so I'm curious why the need to revamp them. But, you know, they definitely are more detailed. Let me know what you guys think. Health in the stronghold adjustments. Okay, so prior we had 1,500 in one stronghold and 2,400 across 3 strongholds. So that is 3,900 HP total to knock down the important stuff, right? You had to do 3,900 health worth of damage to knock down the important things. Now we're going to go to 3 800 HP strongholds. That's 2,400. So now we're going to go down to 3 800 HP. That's 2,400. And 450 HP across 6. That's 2,700. So 27 and 24, that's 5,100. 5,100 health as opposed to 3,900 health. So you're going to have to do a lot more damage to clear everything. It's going to take a lot more hits. They really were taking home the fact that total destruction rarely happened. So they're making it much harder to do total destruction. Satellite towers are the same. Yeah, it's going to make it much harder to do total destruction. Also, 450 is a very weird number. If it's still 120 damage per kill, that's 480 in 4 hits, which doesn't even, like, if you have a draw, that is 420 damage. So you can't, you got to do 4 perfect hits to drop it. So you got to overkill it, and if you have even one draw, you underkill it, and then you really have to waste an attack. Yeah, that's an oddball number. And of course, the havoc you earn from destroying before and after, etc. More havoc for hitting the central stuff, I guess. So yeah, it looks like more havoc is earned for destroying the central stuff. Just a little bit more. Not enough that it's game changing, right? Not like you have to destroy the middle one to win. But it looks like it's definitely worth it to get in there, so you get 50 extra points. You maybe don't have to destroy it, but if you get in there, suddenly those satellites are worth more. So maybe not hitting the exterior satellites, maybe focus on dropping the exterior stronghold defense tower, and then go and whoop up on the interior satellite buildings for the 50 extra points, 50 extra havoc. Oh, a couple other Guild War notes. What else are they changing here? Okay, so they've got a note system, which in my opinion is probably one of the best improvements on Guild Wars we've had so far. You will be able to in-game go and put a note on a tower, 1 note per tower, kind of like Ancient Inheritance, and you can say things like, warning, 320 speed Bryceria. They do exist in this tower, all right? And only people can put those notes on there are vice captains and captains, or people who have attacked the building. So this is nice, right? So if you attack the building, you realize it's a 320 Bryceria, you can put that note in, 320 Bryceria, look out. And then if somebody else attacks it and says, hey, I fought that, my 250 speed unit outsped it, I don't know what he was on, but I forgot to change it, and now I don't have the game turned on, you can just DM one of your vice captains, hey, would you go in and change this note? And vice captains can change it. Also, vice captains and captains being able to put notes in before the towers have even attacked. You can say, everyone focus on this tower first. Ignore these towers. You can actually go in and put a war plan, a call to action into your Guild Wars. So that's kind of nice. History is hidden when you're fighting a top 100 ranked guild, and that would include if you're like ranked 300 and you get matched against the ranked 99 guild, you won't be able to see each other's histories. So that's kind of nice. And the disconnect, right? If your game crashes, if you If your power goes out, if your internet drops, what have you, as long as you can get back in within a set time limit, the set time limit is 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes to finish your fight. At the end of 30 minutes, from the moment the fight started, once 30 minutes hits, you lose. The fight's over. That's true in Arena and RTA and all aspects of Epic 7. So that's your window. You have 30 minutes to get back in the game, and you can go back in and finish your fight. So that's really nice. This functionality has been around forever. Finally, it only took them 5-6 years to implement it. There's a battle can be resumed message when you get into the lobby, into the guild lobby. Okay. Let me see. Battle progress, icon remain. Okay, this is an important one. If a player yields or disconnects before a hero dies, but the enemy has already used a skill to attack, your heroes are dead. Now, if you rejoin the fight, of course, you rejoin the fight. You can continue the fight with the heroes, but if there's no more, the guy just attacked, cleaved half my unit, I paused it before the black smoke appeared and yielded out, and I get to save my heroes for the next fight. No. When something happens and it's clear you're going to lose and you try to top ride out of that fight, you still are going to lose all of your heroes. There's no way to save your heroes. So that's important. That'll prevent people from gaming the system. It also prevents people from just turning off their phone and getting having it not use their heroes and not count the fight. It takes away all of the BS gaming of the system that we had. So be aware, there's no more yielding to save your characters. Once the enemy takes an attack, if you got cleaved, you got cleaved. And I think this is going to result in a lot more cleave style defenses on Guild Wars, where all you're trying to do is take one or two of the units with you to make it harder for that player to progress deeper into the Guild War. Maybe not just to win, but just to kill something. You kill one or two somethings, and you've helped your guild along. We'll have to see on that. But that is be very, very aware of that. You can no longer yield to save your units. 2 items added to the guild shop. Greater modification selection chest for 200 armbands once a week. That's a lot of armbands, but I think it's worth it for me. I am always hungry for these modification gem selector chests. Random 85 equipment for 500. Oh my god, don't buy this. Please, new players, don't buy this. This is such a horrific waste of armbands for random 85 gear. If it was guaranteed max statted, or beginning stats, or selectable main stats, or something like that, maybe, but 500 armbands for basically something that you could do one run of Wyvern 13 and get the exact same thing? Shit. This is terrible. Twice a month, they're going to soak people for 1,000 armbands who don't know better. And the Guild Wars music tracks will be added. Okay, great. And that's it for Guild Wars. So a couple new tidbits of information, a little bit clarification. We'll get to start that this coming Monday, or Sunday night for a lot of us. Successor Taeyou is the new ML5 unit. We watched this last time. I'm going to skip past it. I'll have a link in the description of this video if you want to check out the video. Successor Taeyou looks like a does-it-all cleave unit who's got the one big Achilles heel of being a focused-based unit, so there's a lot of things that counter him. Anytime you have a cleave unit that has a lot of counters, I'm a little skeptical, right? If he gets a turn, he will wreck the enemy, but he's got a lot of counters, which is a good thing. It's always good for units to have counters. You don't want everything to be a freaking Harsetti, right? I'm going to wait and see. Normally, I dive right in on ML5s, but I'm going to watch and let some people play test them. I've only got 2,000 Mystics, so I'm not going to go ham on him yet, unless I see him just absolutely wrecking. He's my kind of unit, right? I'm a cleaver. I'm an aggro player. I enjoy these kind of units, but I want to make sure he works. I want to make sure he's not just bad out of the gate. On paper, he looks amazing, but there are just some things that stand out. The focus, the speed tuning, some things that just give me pause. And I want to see people who are better than I am at PvP really flex this guy and prove his worth to me before I go pull on it. I recommend you do that too. I recommend you give it maybe a week, unless you just know. Unless he's your husbando, you do you. Heart once with the heart once. But I recommend you give it, at least a week and let the players test him out and see where he falls before you get caught up in the hype and pull a unit that maybe you don't have the gear or unit synergy to use. And we're getting Season 2 of Nadalon Academy. I know you guys are excited to go back to high school yet again. I know I am. Everybody's least favorite ML Theater is announcing a second season. I hate that they describe it as the story of Moonlight heroes in another world. Because this is the exact wording they used that made us think a collab was coming. Heroes from another world. And if that's the case, if our heroes from another world are just people like Taeyou and Peyra and stuff like that, I'm going to be giga disappointed in Smilegate. I don't believe it is. I still feel like a collab is coming. Fingers crossed. We get 3 chapters after the update, and then in another couple of weeks get 3 more chapters. So, yeah. Go enjoy Nadalon Academy if you like that kind of thing. Exclusive equipment for 2 heroes that are already really, really good. So Veronica is getting a effectiveness boosting EE. That's great. Makes her even easier to gear. And let me see. Her 3 skills are, at the end of someone's turn, when the enemy is immortal, grants increased attack to the caster. So this will always grant her increased attack, right? Because when are you taking this unit that somebody is not immortal? So she'll always get an attack buff. I think what this is about is giving her enough ass, right? Giving her enough ass that when she attacks BBK, she can proc BBK's immortality again, right? That's kind of the goal, is that she cleanses the immortal and then can proc it again. So if you build Veronica with some damage on her, this could be a really good way to really make her even more effective against BBK. My opinion is she's already kind of effective against BBK as is, so I'm not a huge fan of this one. You're running damage Veronicas, I guess, but I pound for pound, I think this is this one's not so great. Vampire Hunter. Vampire Hunter increases combat race by an additional 30%. She's already got 50. This takes her to 80%, so she'll be zooming. She's usually built with a lot of speed, and 50% is usually enough. I think there might be some niche situations where this one is nice, but I think 50 is already gets done everything she needs to have done. I'm not sure I see a real need for an additional 30, but this could be really good when you want to deal with situations like, hey, it's not just BBK, but it's BBK and Abyssal U-Feed. And instead of 25%, you have 80 down to 40%. It almost gets her back to her original 50% CR push. So it makes her viable into anti-CR manipulators. And then Chain Explosion. Chain Explosion decreases the combat race of the target by 50% when using Chain Explosion. If you run a fast opener Veronica and you are lucky enough to get ML Taeyou, this allows Veronica to be a Taeyou activator. Not to mention just being able to CR manipulate people back 50%. That's pretty good too. I kind of like this one. I might think this is my favorite, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. And Infinite Horizon Acades, who's getting a Speedy E. Holy crap. A Speedy E. Isn't Acades like the fastest Soul Weaver in the game right now? And we're giving her a Speedy E? That's insane. So expect to see 280, 275, 280, maybe even 290. I think I could build probably a 290 speed Horizon Acades, practically making her opener level speed. That's wild. And on top of just making Arcades the fastest Soul Weaver in the game, let me see. Power Unleashed. Power Unleashed. I think this is a crappy translation. Okay, this has got to be her S2 skill based on what it's doing here. So I think this is just, Google AI poorly translating her S2 skill, because she's got no skill called Power Unleashed. It grants stealth to the target for 2 turns when using Power Unleashed. So you will be able to not just heal and CR push, but also stealth them. Wild. Wild. 2-turn undispellable stealth on Tori. Have fun with that. For real, stealth dispels when you're hit, so it wouldn't be undispellable. It would be unstrippable, but you could still just hit her and make stealth go away. But yeah, being able to not just CR push a unit up, but then that unit attacks, does damage, and still has a stealth. It's got to be a 2-turn stealth because this skill CR pushes up 40%. 40%? 60%. 60%, right? No, 40. I think it's 40%. And then after they attack, they'll stay stealth. So that's kind of nice. That could have some niche uses. The number 2 EE increases the combat race by additional 20% when using Power Unleashed. Wow, so that's a 60%. I'll take her base of 40 up to 60. That kind of almost turns her into, into auxiliary lots or green lots. Yeah, it turns her into green lots as far as CR pushing goes. 60%. I don't think we have anybody in the game that does a 60% CR push, right? Amelia's 50, Destina's 50, Doris is 50. Yeah, so I mean, that's practically here you get to take a turn. 60% CR push is huge for tempo in the fight, especially on such a fast unit. And this skill, this S2 skill, it's a 2-turn cooldown. So she'll be able to push 60%, do her S3, push 60%, and mind you, she's got the speed to cycle these turns. All this with a 2-turn cooldown. I think this is my favorite so far. And matter reconstruction increases matter reconstruction. Who cares? Who cares if she heals 15% better? Nah, this is the one right here, guys. This is the one right here. Unless you have some specific niche uses for the stealth one, I think everybody's going to go for this additional tempo. That's huge. Okay, and of course the Ravi Epic Pass. Please tell me this isn't overpriced. This isn't overpriced, right? Okay, good. It's the normal Epic Pass where the skin is 900 Skystones. Don't freak out about seeing 1800 down here, guys. That 1800 is okay because you get both, right? So if you buy this, you get this pack for free combined with this one, right? If you buy just the premium pass, this number will change to 900. So you can buy them individually for 900 each, or you can buy this that bundles both of them together for 1800 and you get both passes for 18. So it is a 900 Skystone skin. If you want to pick up the new Ravi skin that Hazamare asked for from the World Cup, it is probably, I think it's my favorite Ravi skin, and I'm saying that looking at the APOC Ravis as well. I think it's my favorite Ravi skin so far. It's a really nice skin. You guys decide if it's worth 900 Skystones. They're coming after your Skystones hard. So be careful about spending Skystones. They're the premium currency, and they're hard to farm. Umbral Keystone and Fumir, niche unit and niche artifact. Do not pull if you're a new player. Balan Sazan, last tea time. Only good in Green Expedition. Niche unit, don't pull, not worth it. Last tea time. Niche artifact, very niche artifact, not worth it. And they aren't showing up, but after this we'll have a Tamarin banner as well. She's free, guys. And Idol's Cheer isn't what it used to be. Just skip all of these RGB banners. Save it just in case we get a collaboration in April. You want to be able to be saved up and ready for that. And looks like we'll be rolling into Death Dealer Ray at the end of the week as well. Other improvements and adjustments. Let's see. We have a penguin slider being added to the game. That's nice. We have savable gear loadouts. We've been asking for this for a while. That's nice. The in-game gear management's going to let us flag it so that you have a minimum of 85 or 100 on certain stats. That's cool. And we got look at this. You'll be able to skip you'll be able to see all 5 of the secret shop items all at once. So that's great. I love that these quality lives are happening in fantasy world, but instead they're fixing they're giving Kid Auden special Taeyou when she meets Big Bro. They're fixing a tooltip display and artifacts weren't being applied properly, so great. So be aware that these emblem changes are for everything. For Arena, for Guild Wars, and for World Arena. So even RTA is changing to this new emblem system. So I hope you guys like them because they're here to stay. And of course they're going to go over the way that victory points and everything are done in Arena. That will do absolutely nothing to change all of the issues we currently have with Arena because they refuse to fix the overarching problem of we don't have weekly resets. So cosmetically it'll look better, it'll look like more people are in Emperor, but they're not changing the point spread at all, and they're reducing the amount of points you lose on a loss, which is going to increase the bloat in the fight and make it harder to climb for average players. So good job on continuing to make a very, very bad Arena system worse by not addressing the problem that the entire community has asked you to fix. Bravo, Smilegate. Not just a little bitter, just a little bitter on that, but hey, that's a lot of content, right? Finally, a great update from Smilegate. Hope to see how these changes will look. My only complaint is where is the collab, Smilegate. We're so eager for a mind-blowing collab since last year. Yeah, I know. I really, really hope we get one. All signs are pointing towards it. We expect one, right? I really hope it's soon. These new emblems are ugly AF. I wouldn't go that far, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I just dislike them or if I'm just being curmudgeon-y and being like, I don't like change. The old emblems were fine. So I don't know. We'll see if they grow on me. ML Taeyou is bad. He is so underwhelming. How many times, guys? How many times? How many times are we going to be here? Albedo is terrible unit. Needs a buff. Bystander Hua Young is unusable. She's so bad. ML Payra's the worst unit in the game. She's countered by literally every statistically unusable bad unit. Abyssal Yufine terrible. How's Kareno gonna be good? So sick of it, guys. Let's see him tested. I don't think he is underwhelming. I think if he gets a turn, he will carry and obliterate the enemy. That's the only concern is him having a turn. Do not suggest giving him a buff until he's been play tested, for the love of God. Remember when people wanted to buff Albedo? Can you imagine a world with a buffed Albedo? Anyway, let me know in the comment section, guys. Let me know how you feel about this event. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure you check that QR code or use that link in the description of this video to give Raid Shadow Legends a try and join that bit of excitement with me. If you're feeling this pinch on content, they've got 17 events going on in the next 13 days. It's so much content, it blows my mind. I will catch you guys next time. You guys have a great rest of your week. Take care, Epic 7.